This song is called Both Sides Now, and it's written by Joni Mitchell. Let's start with our tuning, okay? Okay, in this song, we actually have a little bit of a different tuning. So let's go working with our low E string. We're going to keep the low E where it is. Then we're going to take the A string up to a B. Okay? Now you've got your A string up to a B. Your D string is going to go up to an E. Okay, now your G string is going to just go up to a G sharp. All right, now we have that. Your B string is staying the same, and your high E is also the same. All right, now we're going to go with the first section of the song, which would be the intro. And we're starting, this tuning is open E. So it's an E chord. And the intro starts with an open E. And then we're doing an A2 over C sharp. It's using your first finger on the G string on the first fret and your second finger on the A string on the second fret. And this is all you need for the intro. The intro goes like this. Okay, if you want to just pause the tape and practice that, it's pretty simple. And we're going to do that, let's see, if we're going to go E, then we go to the first chord of the verse, which is an E major 7. And that is using your first finger on the G string on the 3rd fret and your second finger on the A string on the 4th fret. Okay? And then you're going to go back to your A chord, the A2 over C sharp, open E, B7. The B7 is your first finger on the G string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string, 2nd fret, and third finger on the high E on the 2nd fret. Okay? And then it's back to an open E, then the A chord, open E, and a B7 sus chord. B7 sus is your first finger on the G string on the 1st fret, and your second finger on the D string on the 2nd fret. Okay, that's a little bit of a new chord for you, and then back to the B7. And this is an E up on the 3rd fret. It's just sliding your B7 chord. Slide the whole fingering up, the whole hand up, to the 3rd and 4th frets. Okay, so your first finger's on the G string on the 3rd fret, your second finger's on the D string on the 4th, and your third finger's on the high E on the 4th. Okay? Back to the B7, to the E. So those are the chords you need. I want to show you how that sounds now, okay? So your intro. Okay? That's how your first phrase should sound of the first verse. Now we're going to go on to the second part. The second phrase would be back to the E major 7, to the A, to your B7, and then you'll go to the E major 7 again, A, E, B7 sus. So these are all chords that you already know. We're going to do that now. So it's really the whole first verse. Okay? Here we go. Coming up to the verse. That's what we have up until now. Then we're going to do a last little bit here. This is what connects those pieces, connects you up into the next verse. We're ending here on this B7, sus, and then we're going to do a little rundown here with our second finger. Actually, we should use I'm going to use the second finger on the 3rd fret on the A string, then your first finger on the 2nd fret on the A string. So your second finger, 3rd fret, A string, first finger, 2nd fret, A string, then you're going to just hit your A string open, and you're going to put your second finger on the 3rd fret on the low E. So what we're going to do here, that sounds like this. All right, have that. When we play it in context, we're going to go from the B7 sus. That's how it's going to sound. You're really kind of hitting probably the E, the A, and the D strings, and you're going down, up, so that when you come back down, you're going right back onto the E major 7. Starting another verse. Okay? So it's like this. Right to the E major 7. And then you're starting on your second verse. Okay, now let's go on to the chorus. And the chorus will start after the second verse does that same little rundown. And then we're going to do our E chord up here, remember, which we played in the beginning. That's up on the 3rd fret. To the B7. Okay, so it's E, B7, open E. Actually, it's E, B7, E, B7, open E. Okay, and this is how the strumming is going to sound. So you're really having 2 hits. On the 2nd and 3rd times, you go through it once, you're doing. I guess that's the 3rd and the 4th. Okay? And then we're going to go on to the E major 7, to the A, open E, A, to the E, and then E major 7, A, E, B7 sus, to the E. Okay? So this is going to sound, let me go through this so you can hear how this is. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and no clouds at all. Back to your intro. And then you're going to go on to the next verse. And that's the whole song. So we could run through that. Starting with our intro. The verse. Rows and flows of angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, feathered canyons everywhere. I looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. Now you go to the chorus. Both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions. I recall, I really don't know clouds at all. And of course, there are more verses and more choruses. What I did want to let you know is if you want to play along with the record, you'll need a capo. This is a shub capo, and the recording was done with a capo on the 2nd fret. So the capo acts as like moving your nut up. So you just start from here. Actually, this needs to be tightened a bit, but that's how they work. Tighten that up a bit and just place it along right up by the fret. Okay? And just play the song the same way.